This is the easiest boss that we've had in a very long time in Bloons DD6, and I don't know what got into Ninja Kiwi, but the past 2 weeks I think have been kind of easy. They want to switch things up and I'm absolutely here for it. So here are the modifiers: boss health at 8%, boss speed and 90%. They even made it easier. We're playing in a beginner map and then the mob speed and health have been increased by a tiny bit, but this is a negligible amount. We have every tower and every hero available. Now to make things a little bit more difficult for us, I enabled fast track mode, which as you guys know, it lets you skip 1/4 of the round set. So we're starting around 35 and the boss is going to appear in only 5 rounds. Now they give you all the cash that you would have had by this point, but the problem is that if we were to farm for 35 rounds, we would have had a lot more than $11,000. So let's see if we can bring back our farming essentially, and let's see if we can defeat this boss. So I'm going to start things off with a discount village. I want to get the engine. Hopefully I'm getting the placement good. Actually I want to start with the trap. I think this is really important. And then we have just enough money left over to buy what, a 2-0 farm. That's about it, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop a Buccaneer. We can make this guy into a favorite trades boat, and I think that's gonna be nice for later down the line. So let's just buy this guy. He's super cheap. Let's go. And just jumping in to tell you guys that Rogue Legends is on a 50% off sale for the next 5 days. So if you guys are watching this boss event, then probably, well, I guess the sale is gonna be lasting until the boss event lasts, give or take. So if you guys have not bought Rogue Legends and you're just on the fence of it, this is the perfect opportunity for you to get it because it's at half the price. And if you guys are gonna be getting it, please don't forget to use my code EathandRead in the Bloons store. We get camo detection on the Buccaneer, and then what is the plan, guys? I mean, we're looking to get the rubber to gold for sure because that thing is kind of OP. Let me get the first marketplace, and then is this Buccaneer defeating all the camos by itself? I think it is, and then for the camos on 37 we need to use Benji's level 3, I think. Alright, so actually we have lead balloons. Can I buy a lead to gold? We're just missing a tiny bit of cash. Let's buy it like this. Set this guy on close so we make a little bit of money of the leads on round 38. And if we buy the grape shot, I don't think we do. I'm just gonna use the level 3 ability for these camo balloons, and hopefully that's gonna be enough. Just pop the white balloons. Maybe we should have done a little bit of targeting, but that's gonna be fine. Okay, we have a lot of lives. Now, I don't know, guys, round 38, it's really not looking good. You know what? I'm gonna take a huge gamble. I don't usually farm like this, but because the rubber to gold is kind of OP nowadays, I'm actually gonna buy it. Let's go for a 104 rubber to gold before buying more farms. I feel like we're approaching the point of the game in which we should start thinking about defending, actually. So no more farms. Even though these marketplaces, they pay themselves off in like 2 or 3 rounds, so it's fine if we bought like another one, but I think we should start thinking about defending. So the way we want to defend is probably in the cheapest way imaginable. So I'm gonna do a blade maelstrom ability in combination with a sticky ninja. So let's go like this, get the blade maelstrom in the back. All right, there we go. So we get the money for a sticky. Let's set this guy on strong, and also I wouldn't even mind just getting 2 upgrades onto this guy, onto the blade maelstrom at the back. And I'm just wondering if this is gonna hold, guys. We need to just keep the farms going, but is it gonna hold? Is it gonna be enough? And how are we transitioning after this? I mean, I was thinking central markets into banana central because that's the usual way that we do things. Let's go for, by the way, a 200 on this farm. I'm watching the bottom side, by the way. That's the first maelstrom ability. There we go. All right, doing amazing so far. This combo, the rubber to gold and the NG, is absolutely busted, as you guys know. So we're making a lot of money. Actually, we can afford to buy a central market, which I'm gonna do, by the way. This is $15,000. We're doing very well with the defense. We're just, you know, timing the ability. So as soon as there's a ceramic wave hitting the blade maelstrom, I'm just using the ability. All right, so this is the last call, and I think we actually buy the favorite traits now after this because we're going to be selling a bunch of these towers. So let's get some increased sellback. Let's use the maelstrom ability, and after this it should be fine. We should be good to go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we defeat tier 1. This is Blonarius, so not the most complicated of bosses. It doesn't require any special towers to defeat it. There we go. There goes the tier 1. So let me sell the blade maelstrom now. Put a bunch of cash into the central market. We could also probably sell the ninja. Here's what I was thinking. We sell the ninja. We upgrade this guy, however, to the hot shot, and we say it don't last because there's this monkey knowledge which gives it 10% extra attack speed if you have it no last. Now, can we fit a farm in this spot? No, I think the NG is in the way just by a tiny bit, guys. Okay, so we can move the NG later down the line, so let's just keep upgrading all these farms to central markets. So let me see if this is gonna be enough. There are some regrows, but it seems like no, we cover all of them. All right, so what's the plan for the next 2 rounds? I mean, I was thinking getting a couple of central markets actually, and then we sell the central markets for a banana central, which we're gonna overclock, and hopefully we make that thing happen before the 60s because the cash is not exactly going up that fast. Let's buy the 4th central market now. All right, so here's the plan. I'm gonna sell one of these guys to buy the BRF. Actually, I'm gonna buy an overclock for this BRF. Let's have the overclock like this, and let's make a little of progress towards our banana central. Now, there are a lot of camos. Is this gonna be able to hold on by itself? The DPS on the favorite trades, by the way, is huge. So this guy is dealing with the small balloons by himself, no issues. Okay, let's overclock the BRF, hook the overclock to your tech bot. We only have $17,000 currently, and I was just contemplating where we just go for the Banana Essential, or do we try and defend the tier 2 first and then we buy up the tier 5? So, alright, so round 59 and the tier 2 boss is about to appear. We're not ready for defending this thing. I have not bought a single tower. I was thinking of just getting the Mad in combination with the Super Maelstrom at the backline like we had it before. I think that's a good idea. The Mad is gonna deal with this guy no problem. Let's just get the Super Maelstrom as well because it's super cheap. That's a great spot in the middle, by the way, for the Darling, so let's use that spot as well. And now we're gonna need $65,000. We're gonna need to be a little bit careful, by the way, because we are gonna be defending this boss during round 63, and we're not particularly good versus small balloons. Alright, so we get the money for the mat, and let's do this thing. I'm gonna lock this guy in place, and as soon as the first call appears, I'm gonna try and wipe all of these insights with the mad ability. So let's use it like this. First call is out as long as, you know, as long as the abilities go. Oh, we need to use a Super Maelstrom, by the way, in the backline. This mad ability is doing way too much damage, and on each percentage, this guy summons rainbows. Rainbows are kind of annoying to deal with, to be honest. Alright, now that's a huge wave. We need a Super Maelstrom ability ASAP. Did I mess up? Oh, it looks like no, but that was really close, and we need to be very careful in how we pull this thing off. Okay, so let's try and have at least one ability up and running. It's round 63 in the background, by the way. Okay, so a huge wave incoming. Let's use the mad ability to get rid of. Oh, that's a lot of balloons. Are we dealing with all of them? I see the Super Maelstrom ready, so I'm gonna try and wipe everyone with the mad ability, which is it's not working, guys. Let's use the Super Maelstrom as well. Round 63 in the field, by the way, so let's use it. Oh my god, these underlying rounds are very annoying, but we dealt with 63, it seems like, and we also need to probably sell some of our farms. Okay, oh my god, so many balloons. Mad ability again. Are we gonna pop them? Super Maelstrom. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Maybe we should have had something like a Glaive Void at the back and just let that guy defend by itself. Although this is a lot cheaper, so yeah, you guys know why we went for it. And that's a lot of balloons, guys. Oh my god, I'm using the ability. Please tell me we're gonna pop the Moibler so the Super Maelstrom can clean out the small ones. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's have the mad face a little bit away. So let's go like this. Sell all of these farms. Actually, we don't need to sell all of them. Let's get the Banana Central. And now 2 more skulls left. We're gonna have both abilities ready. So let's start things off with, I was thinking the mad ability. Actually, let's see if we can defeat all the summons with the mad, and we use the Super Maelstrom for the last one, and that should be fine. And last call on the field. We're gonna use both abilities in this one. We're gonna combine them, and then we need to figure out what we want to do for just defending the normal rounds. I was actually thinking of selling the engine. Actually, I was thinking of moving the engine, buying the big trap, because that thing farms a lot as well. Oh, that's a couple of mobs. Do we have this thing? Please don't tell me we're gonna lose in the last call. We have 200 lives. That's a lot of balloons. We take care of them. And oh, that's 12 lives. Oh my god, that's really close. 11 lives? Wait, what's even leaking? I thought we defeated all of them. Alright, this is insane. Oh, so close. But yes, we do take down the tier 2. Alright, that's amazing. So let's turn off auto start, and I am gonna be selling the mad right now. Honestly, I'm gonna sell this guy as well. So let's go like this. Let's just kind of mark the spots with these farms. This is gonna be farm number 1. It's gonna be farm number 2 over here. I'm gonna make this guy into the Wall Street, by the way, because it's gonna auto collect. And I think we finally have it, guys. So big trap, $45,000. Let's sell the Super Maelstrom. Buy this thing. This thing is gonna be able to absorb all of the small balloons and everything basically that comes out. We should probably have it in the intersection though, just to be safe. And I think we finally stabilized after, well, I guess from the start, basically, because we started at a big disadvantage. But I think now that once you start going out with these tier 5 farms, you're good to go. Alright, round 79, and we placed a bunch of BRFs, and this is going to be the last crossbow master that I'm going to buy. So 2 crossbow masters. This is going to give us a degree 20 on the Dark Paragon. That should be more than enough to deal with tier 3, I was thinking. So let's just have this guy appear. Oh, we don't even have the money, actually. I think we farmed decently well. Maybe some change that could have been made is probably, I don't know, maybe like get a Minneapolis, something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure if you buy an IMFopolis, if you do the thing starting from round 35 with fast track. That's gonna be degree 23 actually on the Dark. That's really good. And these Juggernaut balls are gonna bounce all over the map, so I don't think we have to worry about the backline, because look at these ceramics, these percentage based spawns, right? They're getting summoned on the backside, but I feel like because these Juggernaut balls are just bouncing all over the place, it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, actually the Blonarius HP is going super fast, but these summons are the ones that are not popping because they're bad ones. Okay, the bads are just starting to pop. I feel like it's not gonna be an issue, hopefully, but it's kind of funny because we still have summons from like the past 3 skulls on the field, and Blonarius' HP is just going down super fast. So I think we're gonna keep the Dark Paragon after we've defeated this boss. Let it just defend the next 20 rounds, and then I don't know, what do we do for the last one? We could probably do something like the Spike Paragon for our last Paragon, but we are probably gonna need to buy 1 more for the tier 4, and I just don't know what that one should be. Maybe the sub? Round 98 on the screen, and let's start getting ready for the sub Paragon. I was thinking we can, this kind of a cheap one, but I also like the damage to power ratio for the sub Paragon for some reason. And I feel very comfortable buying this one, especially probably because it has like a global range, so it makes me feel good having it. That's gonna be a 6.4 million, by the way, onto the tier 4 Blonarius. And this Star Paragon is trying to do the thing by himself. Can this 23-degree dart actually do it? I don't know, but I don't want to find out because I see some Bloons getting summoned on the backside, so let's actually buy the sub Paragon. Let's just not put all the cash, by the way. Let's put like $1 million into it so we have a little bit of left over. That's gonna be a degree 51 on the sub. That's gonna be great. And then this guy is obviously going to be doing some damage for the tier 5 as well, but I'm looking to get the spike Paragon actually for the tier 5. I also get something like this, the super mines at the start of the track, and also maybe something like this, the carpet of spike, so we start getting at least some pops. I'm a little bit late on this one, should have bought a little bit early, but let's start collecting some pops on some of our towers. We can also get the perma spike at the back. There we go, there goes the tier 4. So that was a pretty fast, pretty easy clear. Again, once you get the farming, the setup going, you guys know how it goes. So let's just try and farm as much cash as possible, and then we're gonna sell every farming tower that we have, and we're gonna spend all the money into the spike Paragon at the end. Alright, so 119 ending, and we're starting this round with $1.5 million. Let's see how much we're gonna end up with. That is 2.3, but I accidentally sold my perma spike at the back. So let's rebuy. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any sacrificial towers because I think that this boss is just way too easy. So let's buy the Mega Munitions Factory. This is a degree 46, and can these guys defeat the final boss, which is at 80% HP? So I feel like it shouldn't be an issue. Let's actually hook the tech bot to the spike Paragon. Oh yeah, once this spike again and Armageddon ability comes out, I mean, look at this thing. Look at just the HP go. It takes out almost an entire HP bar by itself, which is nuts. Let's launch the sub ability as well, because why not? I mean, since we're playing off of these abilities, this one should take out a decent chunk of the HP of Blonarius. I think one. Let's see it land, and that's a little bit less for sure, but then there's this radioactive matter which gets left on the track, and I think there's a decent amount of DPS as well. Right, so both of these sub and the spike again ability coming off cooldown, so the spike again is getting launched by itself, and then I'm gonna launch the sub ability as well as soon as it gets off cooldown. Let's do it now. This is again taking out almost an entire HP bar by itself, and then the sub ability is coming in. I think it's gonna finish off this HP bar by itself, and it's probably even gonna go a little bit into the next one. Yeah, there we go. And if I may say, this was a pretty easy boss in comparison to some of the things that we've had before, so definitely a nice little switch of pace. And there we go, there goes the tier 5 elite Blonarius. Let's see which insta we get. That is a 410 wizard, and yeah, let's just check the pops on the Paragon. So 14 million on this guy, 32 on the sub, but this guy was here for the tier 4 as well, and then 16 on the dart. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.